Hey there, welcome to Tea in Space. My name's Tom, and this is Space. Good morning. Wake up. Or go back to bed. Doesn't matter to me. I'm going to talk about a few things that I feel are important. Like thinking for yourself. I feel that possessing the ability to make decisions for yourself, as opposed to having other people make those decisions for you, like, I don't know, Tom Selleck telling you to get a chip reverse mortgage because he knows what's what. Very important we think for ourselves during these times of the COVID pandemic, because that's a real thing. Well, they use pandemic, so it must be a pandemic, right? What's a pandemic? I saw that movie. That doesn't sound good. Yogurt, anybody? I didn't even make myself tea. That's what it's come down to. Me just getting out of bed and getting at it. What are we getting at? Well, pretty much the same types of things. Watching the news, the mainstream news, not news. We shouldn't even call it news anymore. It's just mainstream drama on CNN or Fox or CNBC, NBC, CBC, BBC. The acronyms go on and on, really. These organizations are bought by people who want you to think a certain way. So, are you aware of that? Does it piss you off? Does it piss you off when someone manipulates you? They get you to believe something, and then you believe it, and you say, okay, well, must be true. And then somewhere down the line, the whole time, you find out the whole time they've been lying to your fucking face, and you just bought it. And you shouldn't have, because it didn't stand to reason, but you bought it. You bought whatever they were selling. In this time of global crisis and the coronavirus pandemic, we need to stand together. We're in this together, aren't we? Yes, we are. We think as one, and we don't think for ourselves. Can we do this together as one and think for ourselves? No. You must think in line with the systems that are in place. There's regulations, there's rules for a reason. It's to keep you safe from yourself because you can't make decisions. Because we don't trust you enough to do that. We don't trust that you'll be able to learn. So we're going to treat you like animals. So we'll give you barriers. You can't walk past those barriers. Stand on that line. If you're going to buy that loaf of bread, stand in that line. And stand on that line now. Now you can't even form your fucking own line. You got to stand on a fucking line that has been predetermined, set out for you to stand on. Or a fucking box. I refuse to stand in a box to wait for my cashier to receive me. A taped out box on the floor representing 6 feet apart. The logistics behind ensuring that this happens is impossible. And it's stupid. And it's stupid. Yeah. Fucking idiots. And then we buy it. We bought it. Because it's all over. The evidence is very clear. We believe the shit that comes out of our government's mouth that is handed to us on a silver fucking platter by the media. It's good yogurt. Coming to you live from the Beaumont Motel in room 240. If anybody wants to pop over and say hi. Whoa. Never get used to that. Never get used to it. He comes a little closer. Well, what's there to really say? Besides, anybody want to play Stratego? Remember that game? I haven't played in a long time. I bought this game for me and my kids to play, but we never even unwrapped it. So I unwrapped it. That's the board. So I'm thinking, who wants to come over and play Stratego? You want to play Stratego with me? I'm really good at it. It's a good game. It's fun. I was really good at it. I was also very good at Tetris. Today's show is brought to you by Canada Dry. Because nothing is more Canadian than Canada Dry. No, because nothing's more drier. No. How does it go again? I was the one who came up with it. Because there's nothing drier than Canada. There you go. It's morning. I can get away with anything. Well, he must be drunk. Is he drunk in the morning? He's stoned in the morning, isn't he? He must be on drugs. He's gotta be on drugs. No, I did the testing already. I have proven that is not the case. Anybody want to see my blood tests? Oh. What were we talking about? I think we were doing way too much talking. So, what I decided was that we do more singing. I did. And, I don't know if my morning voice can handle these songs, to be honest with you, but we're going to try them. Let's start with a little song that I quite like. Karaoke. If you want to sing along with me, feel free. We're going to take a little break here. And then we'll get into it. Like, we'll get into it real hard. Just the facts, ma'am. Facts are coronavirus pandemic, global, with your total cases, your deaths, globally and in the United States. CNN, you're full of fucking shit. So I'm going to put on some new shoes. Oh boy. Volume. Well, that was supposed to transition into new shoes. But it didn't. And now I don't know how to shut that off. There we go. Tribe Called Red. Perfect. So then the transition should have been something like, so then I put on some new shoes. Woke up cold one Tuesday. I'm looking tired and feeling quite sick. I felt like there was something missing in my day-to-day life. So I quickly opened the wardrobe, picked up some jeans and a t-shirt that seemed clean, topped it off with a pair of old shoes that were ripped around the seams. And I thought, these shoes just don't suit me. Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything is right. I said, hey, put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. I'm short of my... Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not going to put anybody through that. But I did. I put some new shoes on, and then everything felt good again. Everything felt right. Perfect. And they were nice, too. They didn't cost me that much. In fact, I got them for free. Even better. That was a good idea, but I'm not sure. Not sure I'm ready for it. Got to warm up to it. Plus, I did a lot of singing yesterday, and I think I just thrashed my throat. No, I can go on forever. I never lose my voice. And I think that's a very important thing to not lose, is your voice. Like, we all have a voice, right? Now, I'm speaking metaphorically, that we have an opinion on things. Like, we have the ability to think for ourselves, and we form opinions, and we see it through the lens of the life that we led. Opinions should never be trusted on their own, but together, you can always find the truth of the matter. So here's my opinion. The pandemic is a farce. This is my opinion. Any war that has come down the pike the last while, war on terror, war in Iraq, war on the coronavirus, all these wars, and experts that perpetuate these wars, the Guptas, the Anderson Coopers, the George Bushes, who else is involved? So many people. But they were puppets being led by people who buy governments. People who buy governments. The whole system's broken to a point where it's most likely not salvageable. Doesn't mean that we can't come up with something better, but there is a fear that goes along with that. The collapse of an economy, let's say. And that collapse is approaching once again. And then what are they going to do? What are the people in charge, the people that make these decisions? Because it's obviously not us making these decisions. The people that make these decisions, what are they going to do? Are they going to bail out the same people? Are they going to claim if the economy... What will happen is that these people that are in office, because they want to maintain their positions in the hierarchy of it all, even though they're puppets, they still benefit more than the average person, like you and me. Where did all these people go? Where did all these people go? All these candidates, these potential candidates. Where did they go? And now we got Biden. Well, we landed up with Biden? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. He's got a nice smile. He sure does. When he likes it this way, where he doesn't have to debate anybody, because he is probably one of the worst debaters I've ever encountered. It's amazing that these people continue to get placed in positions of authority. Soul of the nation, Joe. Fuck you. Well, that doesn't sound too nice. You shouldn't say that. No. I should say whatever comes to my mind. If it's there, I say it. And if it's wrong, challenge me. I'd love to be challenged. But no one challenges me. No one challenges me. No one questions it, because deep down inside they know that what we're pointing out right now, what this voice box is pointing out, is the truth. We've become a civilization where we indoctrinate our kids in our public schools run by governments. We indoctrinate our society in the churches that are backed by the government, that get tax breaks. They don't pay tax at all because the government allows that to happen. So which means that these institutions are beholden to the government because the government has allowed them not to pay taxes. So there's power that comes from that. And now you got churches offering themselves up as testing sites for COVID. Oh, way to step up. Way to step up. Should have opened up your fucking doors for the homeless when they were dying. How about then, when people were actually dying? They were dying at the same rate. The same fucking rate. I am fucking sure of it. Because ever since you came up with COVID, you've been fudging these numbers a bit. Haven't you? All of you. Coronavirus. It's a virus. If this doesn't make you angry, I don't know what would. You know, like angry in the sense that, well, I've been really pushed to the edge here because I've been lied to so much. And I feel that maybe I should say something. Well, I think you should say something. I think you should say it in your words. Don't let anybody put words in your mouth. Say it the way it comes out of your mouth. Figure it out. Put the pieces together. Governments globally. Now, always. Well, now, actually, are working together. Because it's like all one big global family. And you think that the New World Order is, you think it's coming? Well, how about that it's already here? And you got the Rothschilds and the, who are those other ones? The Soroses of the world, the Rockefellers. How did they get all their fucking money and power? And how is it that they own so much? And then they own, like, things that shouldn't be owned. Incredible. The list truly goes on. The complications of the problem, the hole that we've dug. This hole is so deep. With so many different caverns. Gotta start filling some holes here. Like if you're on a boat's sinking, there's a hole in your boat. Are you gonna plug the hole in your boat? Nah. We'll just keep on going. In fact, this boat only holds like 8. But I'm going to try to put 20 on it. Yeah, but it's sinking, dude. So we're going to put about 20 on it. It should last for about a half hour. People will die. People will die. It's a fact. And then they'll make up some other kind of virus because it's working. The fear's working. The panic's working. These guys are good. They're very, very good at what they do. Instilling panic and fear into the collective consciousness of everyone on the planet. Congratulations, fearmongers. But not for long, because I think even you know that it can't last. Like, if you haven't plugged the hole in your boat, it's going to sink. You going to go down with the ship? Oh, no, we got a captain for that. We got people who work for us that'll go down with the ship. We're going to be on another ship. And this ship, it doesn't float. It flies. And we'll be saved. And everybody else will drown. Hey, wait a minute. Did you not put them on that boat? Yes, we did. Hey, wait a minute. Did Hitler really kill all those people? Yes, he did. Were they all Jews? No, they weren't. Who were they? Well, there were people who disagreed, essentially. The intelligence, what is it called? It's a French term, intelligentsia or something like that. Anyways, not getting too fancy with words. The smart people, the ones that think outside of the box, the ones that question things. Those are the people that went to the gas chamber. How many people knew what was going on? A lot of people. A lot of people. To have that kind of thing happen, a lot of people knew. And they were applauding it. I wonder what's going to happen. A lot of these people were deemed unclean, sick, so they burned them. Lured them into an oven. And then 1 minute they're there, the next minute they're gone. The Holocaust. My grandfather and my grandmother, with their kids, came over from Holland. My grandfather hid in a wall for I don't know how long, in between 2 walls, and was fed between these walls so that the Nazis wouldn't take him. That's true. That's part of my history. Same things are going to happen if we don't see it clearly. It just happened, guys. It just fucking happened. How long ago? 100 years ago? What was it? Not even. Fuck, 1940? 80 years ago. Have we become that complacent, that stupid, that ignorant? Mother of mercy. And now everybody's got to get vaccines? What, you got to get tested to see if you had it? And then if you had it, then what? Now you got antibodies. Well, yeah, I don't want to give you my antibodies. My body. Well, then you really don't care about your fellow neighbor, do you? Oh no, I do. You fucker. I think you're messing around with things that shouldn't be messed around with. You think you're so smart with all your clever tricks. Parlor tricks. This is what we call them. Cheap. Life is cheap to these people. Never trust a guy in a bow tie. I'm even starting to think never trust a guy in a tie. Period. He's trying to be somebody. Who's he trying to be? Does that person know themselves? Can't judge a book by its cover. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. It's a good indication, though, right? Um, 14% of New Yorkers tested positive for antibodies. New York said that the Governor Cuomo just put it out there. New York is ready and willing to be the testing site for whatever comes down the pike. Vaccinations. You know. We'll be the testing ground for it. We're ready. Let's do it. Let's get it done. We're ready. Oh, really? Did you consult all those New Yorkans? Is that what you call them? New Yorkans? New York people? Did you? Did you ask them? No, I know what they want. They want what I tell them what they want. U.S. assesses Iran successfully launched a military satellite into orbit for first time, according to two Defense Department's officials. Boy, they want a war with Iran. It would be perfect, because I don't think this virus thing's gonna stick. I don't think this war against a virus is gonna stick. So the best way to maintain power for these people is to continue the war. And that's both for Republicans and Democrats. That's the way the system operates. That's the way they maintain power. That's the way they keep their fucking jobs. U.S. Space Command is tracking 2 objects in orbit that were launched from within Iran. Really? The rocket body and the satellite defense officials say. This is the ticker tape. They're not reporting on this. They got to tell you. Do they? If they know about it? Well, no, they don't. But they're putting it down there on the ticker tape. They're not. It's all about coronavirus. But what's behind the scenes? What are they doing behind the scenes? You have to be asking yourself this question. Do you think it's all about protecting the people against a virus? Or is this a smokescreen to get away with something? Most likely it's a smokescreen. It's a smokescreen. Dear God, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Just in competing with their relentless repetition of their plan is hard to keep up with, because repetition does work to solidify ideas in people's minds, to implant ideas, concepts, so that they're easier to manipulate, to manage. That's what's happening. And few people see it. I think more people see it now than before, even 2 weeks ago. That's how quickly it changes. Now people are starting to, get a little restless, starting to question. The thing is, we got to question sooner. We got to question before these things are implemented. We got to question our leaders and the legitimacy of their effectiveness in leading, truly leading a country or a group of people. But here's what I know. I know when you lead by fear, it always goes sideways. It's effective for a time. Change is inevitable. And it's going to happen regardless. So, but what are we going to change into? Are we going to change into a modification of what we once were? Or are we going to transform into a completely different thing? So that's all we're talking about here, things, right? Who are you? This truly is a shitty way to wake up. I wish I never started listening to him. Now he brought me down. Don't be down. Think about it. And then do something different. Or you can continue working at your shitty job that you hate because you need the money. Because you got responsibilities. Because you're a responsible Canadian citizen, American citizen. You're responsible. Because you're giving back to your economy. You're giving back to your country by working. Even if you hate it. You think about how silly that sounds? Why do we come here? To work? Why are we on the planet Earth? To work? Why are we on this spaceship going wherever? Hurtling through space? Circling a sun? Rotating? Wobbling? What the fuck is going on here? Huh? Oh, that's not a question that you've asked yourself? Do you ask yourself any questions? I guess right now I'm talking to the people that are just kind of tuning in and thinking, what is this guy talking about? Well, I'm talking about you. Not the people that usually listen to me, but I'm talking to you now. Give your head a fucking shake. And stop trying to convince everybody that you're right all the time. Let's have a conversation about this and figure it out. Oh, you don't want a conversation? You just want to assert the fact that you know what's going on? So you're just going to regurgitate what you heard on the mainstream media? You're going to regurgitate to me what Anderson Cooper told you? Or Governor Cuomo? Or the President of the United States? Or Nancy Pelosi? Or Chuck Schumer? Pick your fucking person. Who are you listening to? Where are you getting your information? How did you start to know so much about the flattening of curves? How did you know? When did they start talking about this? Data. Testing. There's going to be plenty of jobs on the horizon if we keep going down this path. Hey, if you're a shitty businessman and you like investing in shitty products, if you like doing that and you like making quick cash, you pride yourself on taking advantage of every situation. Here's something that you should invest in. Intubators. Swabs. PPE. What the fuck is PPE? I don't know. I don't know what it stands for. I don't even know if I got it right. Yeah, invest in those things because the panic is crazy through the roof. I remember one time, back about 20 years ago, had this person talk to a group of people in an organization and got a good number of them to invest in a company called Senko Sensors because there was such a panic about people dying as a result of carbon monoxide poisoning. I bought into that. The people who made money off of it sold it before the stock plummeted, and then everybody else lost everything. That was the first time I invested money on a sure thing, because at the time that was the best bet to make your money work for you 10 times what you put in. 10 times. And I saw it. It went up, went up, went up. Oh, yeah. Keep holding it. Keep holding it. Everybody was saying that told me to invest in it. Keep holding it. Because it's probably going to go up. Guess what? It only took about a week. Dead duck. Well, lesson learned. Trying to capitalize on these paranoias. Oh, but hey, this thing it's gonna go viral, and Oprah is gonna do a special on it. So as soon as she does a special on it, then it's like money. Yep, business, investing. Here's some legitimate things that you should invest in, and things that'll make you money in the long run because they go towards the overall betterment of whatever's happening on Earth. So, environmental things, like, I don't know, cleaning our oceans and things like that. That's a good thing. Good thing to invest in, the oceans. Fisheries, bringing nature back into, I don't know, urban landscapes. We're fucking the planet up. All this concrete, our marshes here in Penticton are pretty much gone. So let's invest in trying to get that back and going, because the local economy will be thanking you later if you like your economy. But the best thing is that we have a nice place to live in. Paradise. Could be. But no, we like to pave paradise. Put up a parking lot. You know? Yogurt, anybody? I'm almost done. You seem pissed off. Well, I just started off wrong. I'm not pissed off. But talking about these things and listening to them and watching them and seeing the insanity of it all. House voting on $484 billion relief package today. The last one ran out for small businesses. We're going to pass this one. And then we're going to bail out the banks, all the investment companies, the governments, the Federal Reserve. We'll just borrow more money from them because they just make money from nowhere. They just create it. They print it. It's amazing. The Federal Reserve. And don't be confused by the name, because the federal government does not control the Federal Reserve. The federal government borrows from a private institution, bank, called the Federal Reserve. Who owns it? Look into it. And why are they borrowing money off of another bank? Why can't they print their own fucking money? They're the government. We could talk about inflation too. How that all works. Oh yeah, you just don't understand the intricacies behind how inflation works and how the market works, and there's ups and downs, and buy high, sell low, and all that shit. Oh, you know how to read a wave? You can see it coming. You can predict the future. Yeah, you can. Hey, but can you change the future? So you can make a prediction based on what has happened. So the shittiness of what's happened in the last while, with our focus being on companies like pharmaceutical companies, pumping people full of chemicals that are killing them, that make them crazy, that dull their minds. Or focusing on oil. Still. Well, how are we going to operate those big machines, that we mine with? How are we going to operate that without the oil? We need to have the oil to operate these huge machines, to extract more shit from the earth. Greedy, small-minded, short-sighted thinking. But that's my opinion. And you know what we do with opinions around here? No, tell me. What do we do with opinions? Well, we like to, we listen to them. But then we discard them, and then we make our own decisions. Based on where all those opinions either line up or don't line up, or something's missing, and then we fill in the gaps. There's a hole in the boat. Now we got like 7.7 billion people on this boat. And the boat was really only meant for 8. And it's got a hole in it. But I guess if everybody bails, if everybody has a bucket and starts bailing, we might have a chance. But most likely, the sheer weight of the 7.5 billion people on this boat is surely going to be the end of that boat. And then we'll just have to swim on our own and not rely on the boat that was given to us, that was broken in the first place. It's not such a bad deal. I can't wait. This sounds like a life worth living. No boat? I can do that. No government? Yeah, we can do this. How? Community? Make sure your community's strong. How do you do that? Focus on local economy. You buy from local people, whatever it is. Honey, fruit. You know, there's this local guy, he makes this great pizza. Yep, him too. Local. You know, there's this great restaurant. And they make some of the most delightful food. Yep, them. You know, there's this place, it has chickens, and they roam freely. And their main service is to provide eggs for the community. Yep, those people. Yeah, we deal with those people, too, as well. And then we trade. Because if we don't have money anymore, which is not such a bad deal, we have trade. And then you think, who in my town do I trust? Who has never screwed me over? Thinking this way. And then people that have screwed people over in the past realize they can't get away with it anymore. And it was a shitty way to live. So they gave their heads a shake. And they said, you know what? I was a dick that whole time. And no one's going to say, yeah, you were, and you should pay. No. The fact that you realized that you were a dick, and that you turned your ways of doing things around, you're a part of the community again. Well, no one's ever going to trust me ever again because I screwed so many people around. Well, maybe not. That's up for the individual to... I will. I'll work with you. One time. But you can't be in charge anymore. You can't. No. No, we tried it your way, and you fucked it up. So now we got to be sensible. But, and so in conclusion, until next time. You remember that show Max Headroom? Back in the 80s? On Much Music? A lot of these reporters on the mainstream media are cutting in and out like Max Headroom. It's like, it's taking me back. Nothing's changed. We gotta change ourselves from the inside, which means we gotta change ourselves. If we want anything of if we want anything that works better, we have to change ourselves. And the only way we can change ourselves is to know ourselves. And the only way we can know ourselves is to spend time with ourselves. Alone, in silence. Unlearning everything that we've been taught, that we've been indoctrinated from the time we were born, from our parents, to the time we were in school, to the time we were in university, to the time we were at that job, where these people were telling us what was or what is. We have to unlearn all of that to come to a place of not knowing. And only until you come, not until you come to that place of not knowing, you can't move past this until you get to that place. Until you die to every thing that you've been taught, that you've been told, that you've read. To unlearn all of that, to clear your cluttered mind, your sick mind, to get to a point where it's clear. Not empty, clear. Until we get to the middle, until we get to that point that point right in the middle of the circle where nothing moves. But everything is contained in that point. Everything. Get to that point. $1505876700. $490-993-672. 598-5980. 778-931-0617. Now you have all my information. You could be me. We are not our names. We are not a number. I am. So I put on these new shoes, eh? And that's all it took. Changed my whole attitude.